Hi, this is Charlie giving you Wednesday's video, and today's video is about basically how our biochemistry can affect our trading decisions. Now, if anyone hasn't read it, a really good book, it's quite heavy going, but a really good book, I read it 2 or 3 years ago, is called The Hour Between Dog and Wolf. Not Dog and the Wolf, just The Hour Between Dog and Wolf. And it's by a guy called, I think it was Steve Coates, I think his name is Coates, John Coates. And that book explores, he's a PhD in biology, he's also an ex-banker, Wall Street banker. And what he wanted to do was to explore whether our biochemistry can actually affect our trading decisions. We often talk about the trader mindset, but can the chemical reactions that take place within our bodies actually affect our decision making? So let me give you an example. If you think of our traditional fight or flight responses, now these have been inherent within the human species, going all the way back, because it's what's protected us over the years. If we were out in the plains or whatever, and there was a wild animal, then we're going to run away unless we have a weapon or whatever with us. And one example, also another example, might be that there might be two human beings back in the day where they're fighting for their lives, and initially, as the fight commences, your testosterone levels have to go up. They have to go up in order to create that fight response rather than flight response. Your testosterone levels have to be elevated, and so, but as one of the humans actually gets the upper hand of the other, then what will happen quite often is our testosterone levels, in order to protect ourselves, will dive very quickly, which will enable that person to have all of a sudden fear and to run away. And so, in a very crude example, then he gives much better examples in the book, but where our testosterone levels will front up if we need it, but then if we're in not a good position, then the testosterone levels will dip, which will allow us to run. How does that translate into trading? Well, they did lots of experiments with traders at banks, and what they found was that when traders were on good winning runs at banks, then their testosterone levels would be highly elevated. But if they had taken some heavy losses, then their testosterone levels would be really, really low. So how's that actually impacting on the individual? Well, when the person's having a really good winning spell, you would think that's a really good thing. But actually, what they found was with those highly elevated testosterone levels, the individual then becomes overconfident and takes bigger risks. And so ultimately, they always found that those traders that were having those amazing winning spells would ultimately lose, because they would end up taking bigger and bigger risks at the bank until they end up blowing up or whatever. But then you've got the other traders at banks who, once they've already, let's say, blown up or had losses, they would find it really difficult. Their testosterone levels would be so low because the body is just trying to protect them, but the testosterone levels are so low that they wouldn't be able to get back in the saddle, so to speak. And so what they found was we need to have like a happy medium of when just looking at something like testosterone, where it's at an okay level, not spiking up too high, which makes us too aggressive, and not too low, which makes us back away too much. And so a fascinating book talking about our biochemistry and how things like your testosterone levels can affect your decision making. Just thought I'd give you that one as a bit of food for thought for this week. Well worth a read. Take care for now. I'll see you at the end of the week.